Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Victoria and today we're doing another trope recommendation video. So, in this video, we're going to be talking about one of my all-time favorite tropes to read in romance, and that is Grumpy Sunshine. Absolutely love this trope. I have so many of my all-time favorite books with this Grumpy Sunshine trope, so I'm super excited to give you a couple of recommendations of some of my favorites. So, the first one that we're going to talk about today is The Quarry Master by Amanda Milo. This is actually an alien romance, and it's my probably favorite alien romance that I've ever read. I really need to read more from Amanda Milo. Bree recommended this book to me middle of last year, I think, and I completely fell in love with the Grumpy Sunshine aspect of this. So this book is about a planet where a bunch of human women live voluntarily. They choose to stay there, they've chosen to be there, and they have been mating with some of the men, different species of alien that happen to be on this planet, and they just enjoy being there, and the aliens that live there want them there, and they find humans fascinating and they want them to be comfortable, and so they are building a complex, like apartment complex type thing, in order for the humans to have homes to live in. And so this book follows the heroine, who is one of these human women, and she works in the quarry where they are collecting the rocks that they need to build these homes. And the hero is the Quarry Master. He's in charge of the quarry, and he is the epitome of a grumpy hero. He is so grumpy, and he just doesn't understand certain human niceties, which really helps play into the grumpiness of his character, because he is the boss, and all these humans work for him, but he doesn't really understand human niceties, and so he doesn't understand why they need to take breaks, and he doesn't understand things like saying please or thank you, or just doesn't understand a lot of things about what the humans need, or what is considered like a nice thing to do for a boss to these human women. And so the heroine is very sunshiny, and she's also a very hard worker, and she likes working, and so she is super nice to him, even though he's so gruff with her. And he notices this difference because the other human women are afraid of him, or get angry with him, or don't like him. But this heroine is so sweet to him, is so nice to him, just continues working, and the hero finds himself very interested by the heroine, and then later infatuated with her, and just so intrigued by her, and they fall in love, and it's so cute, and I absolutely love it. So, a great Grumpy Sunshine romance. The next one that I'm going to mention is actually a novella, and it is a holiday-themed novella, and that is The Mistletoe Motive by Chloe Leese. I love Chloe Leese. She has become a favorite author of mine, even though I've only read 4 books by her. And this one is her holiday novella, like I said, and this one follows a heroine and hero who work together. They're co-workers at a bookstore, and the heroine is very sunshiny. She loves the holidays, loves Christmas time, and the hero is very grumpy, doesn't care about the holidays, doesn't want to make a big deal out of it, and the heroine is also very pro original bookstore. She like doesn't want to change things, and the hero, who has like a business background, he wants to try and change the bookstore to make it more efficient, and the heroine is not a fan, because they are like co-managers and she doesn't want him to become in charge. And so the book is follows them in a competition, basically, because they're at this point the people can only afford, I think, one manager. And so I think that what they're trying to do is they're trying to whoever, I guess, brings in more sales gets to be the like main one manager. And the heroine loves her job and the hero loves his job, and they don't want to lose it, and so they end up competing against each other in order to get this main job. And the heroine is also autistic and the hero is a diabetic. So it has great representation. I am not autistic or diabetic, so I can't speak to it, but I have heard that it is done well, which I really love. I love their when some of the discussions that the hero and the heroine have, because when the heroine first tells him that she's autistic, she talks about how he couldn't possibly understand the insecurities that she feels, and as a diabetic and somebody who has to wear an insulin pump, he's like, I actually do have a little bit of experience in a different way. And I just really liked that bonding that they did there. But it's very, very cute. Really, really love it. And I love how the hero softens in this one. It's so cute. Then the next one that I'm going to talk about is Managed by Kristen Callahan. This is part of the VIP series. It's book 2. You don't have to read them in order at all. I read this one first. And this one, it follows the whole series actually follows a band that I can't remember what the band's called. But it follows a band, and the other books in the series follow the band members, but this one actually follows Scotty, who is their manager, and the heroine, I believe, is the photographer. But the hero is a grumpy hero and the heroine is the sunshiny character. And this one I really love when they first meet each other, because they meet each other on a plane, and the hero has very bad anxiety, and he has very strong, his anxiety gets really bad when he's flying, and he thought that he would have both seats on the plane so he could like have space and everything, and the heroine ends up sitting next to him in that seat that he thought was going to be his, and the plane goes through some turbulence, and the heroine ends up comforting him and being she ends up becoming his safe person throughout the story, which I think is so adorable. But he is a grumpy hero, but he is hiding all of his vulnerabilities. So the face that he shows the world is very grumpy, but internally he's such a softie, and it's so cute. And I just absolutely loved this story. It's the only one in the series that I gave 5 stars, I'm pretty sure. And it's just so good. I don't want to say too much about it, but it's just the hero in this one is just absolutely amazing. So good. Okay, so the next one that I have is also a Rockstar romance. Couldn't think of the word there. It's also a Rockstar romance, and that book is Lead by Kylie Scott. So this book is part of the Stage Dive series. It's book 3, but again, you don't really have to read them in order or have to read the others. This character is in the other books more than like Scotty's in the first book. So you see him and more of his fallout. But this one, if you just read this one, it would totally make sense. So this one follows Jimmy, who is the lead singer of the band Stage Dive, and he is a alcoholic and a drug addict, and he has recently hit rock bottom basically and gone to rehab. And he is now out of rehab, and he wants to start the band. He wants to start getting his life a little bit back together, be part of the band again, since the band has been kind of on hiatus since he has been in rehab. And so the band, the rest of the band, hire, and his manager, I guess, hire him a basically sober companion. A woman named, what is her name? A woman named Lena becomes his sober companion, who is basically his babysitter to make sure that he doesn't do anything that would be bad. Oops, I just dropped my phone. That would be bad PR for the band, or break his sobriety. That's the word I was looking for. And Jimmy is very grumpy. He has been through a lot, and he had previously become kind of like a rock star stereotype, and he has become kind of an asshole. He's kind of an asshole. And he, in this book, you kind of get more of his backstory and why he is an asshole. But Lena is such a sweetheart, and even though Jimmy is such an asshole to her sometimes, they really develop this very sweet friendship, and Jimmy starts to rely on her a lot more. And it reminds me a little bit of this, where again she becomes kind of his safe person, where he knows that she won't judge him, which is part of his fear. He doesn't really want to show vulnerability or show anything that's hurting him. And so Lena becomes the person that he can be himself with, and be less of an asshole. And it's so cute. I really, really liked it. This was my favorite one in the whole series, and I just really enjoyed it. Then the next one that I'm going to talk about, and I think it's going to be the last one for this video, although I could do so many more parts of this video if you wanted me to. So please let me know down in the comments below if you want me to do a second Grumpy Sunshine recommendations. I could do many. But the last one that I'm going to talk about in this video is All Roads Lead Here by Mariana Zapata. This book is a single dad romance. It is about a heroine who, again, is the sunshiny character, and she has moved back to a town that she used to live in when she was a child after a breakup, and she rents a apartment over a garage from a man, but when she shows up there, she finds out that it was actually the man's son that rented it to her, and the man doesn't want her to be there, but he allows her to stay on conditions. And she and the man end up, the man's name is Rhodes, her name is Aurora, but Rhodes ends up becoming much more sweet on her. And this one you can really, really see this Grumpy Sunshine element, because like most Mariana Zapata books, or all Mariana Zapata books, it's very slow burn, and so there is no you can much easier see how he softens to her and how he becomes much more sweet on her than in some of the other books that I mentioned. It's much more obvious because of how grumpy he was and how drawn out it is. And so when he smiles at her, you notice it more because of that Grumpy Sunshine element to it. So I think this is one of my all-time favorite Grumpy Sunshine romances. I absolutely adore it. I think the slow burn element of it makes it just 10 times better. And it's just so, so good. Absolutely love it. Would 100% recommend it. It is one of my top favorite Mariana Zapata books now. So, okay, that is going to be it for this video. Like I said, please let me know down in the comments if you want to see a part 2. I could do ones with a grumpy heroine and a sunshiny hero if you wanted to do that. But let me know. But that's gonna be it. So please subscribe to my channel to see more content from me. But other than that, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.